The recording's begun. And, oh, no, it hasn't. Shit. There we go. All right. Now it has begun. We are recording. So if you had it to pee, it's too late. You have to wait till the mid-song.
You're just going to have to do it in your pants, like me.
Do it in your pants. All right, here comes. It begins in 3, 2, 1.
I believe these words came from the Pokemon movie.
Hurry up with that food, I'm hungry.
The Morning Stream. Better than a straw tart blueberry pop torch.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to TMS. It's the morning stream for Monday, July 6th, 2020. Stop firing off fireworks. We're done.
It is no longer the 4th of July.
Last night, all night. What the crap? Like, I did this thing on Twitter, but I got theories like, did you forget? Are you a time traveler? Right. Did you have some extra you forgot about? Did you wait
just
till...
found a whole bag that we forgot about in the trunk of the stolen vehicle that had fireworks in it.
Exactly. Why are you doing this on the freaking 5th at 11 o'clock at night?
Because Scott, here's the reason. You ready for the reason?
Go.
Because adults can't be adults.
That's a good point. I don't even know
There's
who it was.
so much of that right now. Adults just can't act like adults right now.
Adulting is hard, but sleeping is even harder when you're trying to do it and there's freaking fireworks going off.
I'm glad your dog, I saw your tweet about Jim Raynor.
Yeah.
I'm glad your dog isn't freaked out. I mean, I know she's freaked out about everything else, but she's not freaked out about fireworks.
She's scared about everything but
shivering...
fireworks. So I don't know what her problem is, but she is afraid of everything but fireworks. And in your case, you have a totally normal dog, except for fireworks and thunder.
Except for fireworks and thunder, yeah. Then she turns into a quivering ring of Mandarin orange Jello.
Oh man. So
and an earthquake at a Kanye West concert, a presidential hopeful Kanye West.
Oh
concert.
yeah, but congratulations to presidential hopeful Kanye West. Everybody. Yee is running. Is it
President Yizzy?
Yizzy. President Yizzy. So hold on. So do you do the blanket or what do you do for the dog? Do you have the thunder?
We have a thunder shirt.
Oh, okay.
And then we actually do have veterinarian provided pill medicine that we give her too. Tradazone, something like that. Begins with a tra and I think ends with a zone. I can't remember what's in the middle.
Some kind of light tranquilizer, probably.
Pretty much, yes.
So does the dog be...
the crazy neighbor asked if we had any extras.
Of course he did.
Of course he did.
Oh, how is he? Did he get home and he doesn't have the Rona, or what's the deal here with him?
It turns out he does not have the Rona. The person... It's funny because they were super secretive, probably because of HIPAA, but basically he knew that there was somebody at his company at this meeting that he had to go to in Nashville that was questioning whether or not they had been exposed to it. Their test came back negative, so all the people at the meeting kind of breathed a sigh of relief. But I mean, keep in mind, he traveled through an airport, rode on an airplane, then then took a taxi or whatever. There were many opportunities of him to be around all these other people that could have had it, but he himself has not gotten a test. But the person that was suspect in all of this turned out to have a negative result.
I would just, if it were me, I would just keep about 6 feet between me and Dave for a while. That's what I would do.
Yeah, we did. We actually did we had people over for 4th of July. I brought out, I bought tickets again for the Stephen Page Bare Naked Ladies deal. Because he's doing it on July 4th because he's Canadian. And what does he know?
He doesn't know.
4th of July. He doesn't know. They don't know.
He doesn't get it.
They can't even celebrate Thanksgiving on the right day. How are they going to get the 4th of July right?
Right. They still think the Queen is in charge. What are they doing?
Right. What do they know? They have a $2 coin. What do they know?
Right. Their money has holes in it. What do they know?
Exactly. What do they know? Anyway, so I brought out the projector from the basement, set it up on the patio, big ass speaker, and we basically were able to social distance on the back patio area, the deck, all watching. It could have been a brighter picture of Stephen Page performing his in his basement, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Come on, it's not going to be that dark. And then after that, we decided to just go through Quello concerts, and we watched a Tom Petty concert.
Oh.
We watched Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. We,
I went to a Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young concert without Young, though. It's just Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
It's just CSN. Uh-huh.
Yeah, and it was great, except for this. I've never told you this. I went to that concert.
No, I had no idea you'd ever been to a Crosby, Stills, and Nash concert. This is amazing.
I did. It was great. I was, I don't know, 20.
Play North. What's the song you like? Southern Cross. Play Southern Cross.
Play Southern
again.
Cross. Do it 5 times. In fact, that's all I want you to play, basically. I don't care if you raise your children well. Play the song I want. Anyway, I went to that, and this is before I married Kim. I was on a date, and the girl I went with was weird. She was weird. And by weird, I mean kind of not paying attention to the music, kind of just looking at me all the time. Not really holding hands or anything. There's no other kind of normal date maneuvers going on. She was just staring at me, and it weirded me out. I didn't like it. And she asked,
like you're staring at the concert, she's staring at a side profile of Scott Johnson.
Yeah, I'm going, "Hey, the Southern Cross," and I'm doing my thing, and she's just going like this, just looking at me. I never got over that.
This is Scott Johnson at the Crosby, Stills, and Nash concert. Here we go.
I mean, you're not that far off. Anyway, but
kind of me as well at this Crosby, Stills, and Nash concert.
There's so many great songs, though. It was a great concert. Yeah, I remember missing Neil Young because nobody.
Children Well and Our House.
Yeah, Our House is a very, very, very fine house, and nobody there went. Nobody sang like Neil Young, so they didn't even try to put the Young parts in where he would go. Like none of that happened.
Well, so it just means they're not going to do Ohio. Really, is all it means is they've taken Ohio off the set list because they were Crosby, Stills, and Nash before they brought Young in.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Gotten one. Yeah, they at least released one album before Young joined the band, and several after. He was only with them for a short time.
Well, he's great. They're great.
He was with them for slightly less time than Gary Cherone was with Van Halen.
Yes.
That gives you any.
That sounds about right. But hold on. So you watched an old? I assume it's an old concert where they were together, right? That's what you watched.
It was a documentary, and we realized that about halfway through, or quarter of the way through, and said, "Nah, we want a concert. Let's watch a concert." And so we put on Tom Petty, and it was a great 30-year anniversary concert from Tom Petty. He brought Stevie Nicks out. They did Stop Dragging My Heart Around. They did she joined him for Don't Come Around Here No More. There's another artist you forget how many amazing hits he left.
So many songs. Yeah, I love Tom Petty. It's a bummer he died. He didn't need to die. He should have.
Yeah, here we go. So AV Tech John, yeah, here we go. Backing and lead vocals, lead and rhythm guitar, Neil Young, 1969 to 1970, 1973 to 1974, and that could have easily been like a November to February. Don't think of this as a full year even.
Why were they fighting all the time? What was their problem? How come they didn't like each other? Do we know?
I don't know if it was a matter of that, because Neil Young had his own solo stuff going on. He had no problem. No problem like not sticking with the band to get his paycheck. He had plenty of paychecks coming from other sources, but and there might have been, who knows, there might have been some problems with David Crosby's rehab and addictions and stuff like that. Might have caused problems. And
yeah, I can see that. Yeah, oh yeah, David Crosby, dude. I bet that documentary is all about his descent into.
Might have been. We didn't get that far into it, but it might have gone that direction.
When I was a kid, he always seemed like a Muppet to me. Like he was
he's kind of like a Wilford Brimley Jr. with that mustache,
a
right?
little
He
bit.
kind of had the little walrus mustache
and that
going.
big wavy bald head hair thing he had out in the back, and it was just like a cool Muppet, like somebody had his hand up his bum and was controlling him.
Kind of, yeah.
like
you're
a
not
puppet.
wrong.
Anyway, well that's good. So concerts on a thing. That's good. We just went outside.
4th of July concert, back patio, social distancing, and then listened to firecrackers going off in every single direction.
Oh yeah, like I never posted it, or maybe I did, but I did. I took a quick little panoramic, but we went out to this place where you could kind of be up on a vantage point that looks down on the Western Valley of the south end of the valley, and it was just a war zone, just pop, pop, boom, bam, splam, boom, bam. Just constant nonstop from the minute it started to get dark until like 11:30. It just was popping off everywhere you went. And maybe more than I've ever seen. So I know there were like record sales of fireworks this year and stuff, but why?
Record sales and record sales of illegal fireworks. Did you see the video that some guy did where they took one of the flyovers, like Los Angeles, KTLA did a helicopter flyover of Los Angeles, and all of the firecrackers are going off everywhere, explosions and stuff.
Oh, yeah. No, I saw that. It was like an aerial view of it.
But what he added to it.
Yeah. No, what did he add?
I just put it in the chat. He added the, let me give it to you in Discord as well. He added Vangelis' soundtrack to Blade Runner.
Oh,
and it's in Discord now. It is the greatest thing.
Okay, this sounds great. Hold on. Oh, that's perfect. I can't play the whole thing because we're going to get banned on the thing, but that's amazing. Right. That's an amazing idea.
It is the best combination of audio and video. So well done.
Wow. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at this on mute now. This is what it looked like here as well. Yeah. Just up and down the valley. Everybody was doing fireworks. Just
basically, people, as soon as you tell people that there is a rule, you get a certain percentage of the population who is offended by that rule, the fact that you would impose a rule, and I'm going to tell you 100 different ways I'm going to break that rule.
Yeah, I think it's an American culture thing where as far back as the British and we leaving the British.
Sure.
We just don't like to be told. No one likes to be told what to do. That's what
we
it is.
We don't, and there were some great examples of where this was the right thing to do at the right time.
Right. It's a big part of American.
Our country was born on exactly.
That's
our country
right.
Was founded on that. The framers and saying no. I mean, Hamilton's all about that, right? It's
Yeah.
We don't want you, King George, and spitting all over the front 3 rows.
That's right. America. We're gonna do it. We don't need no British rule to make it happen. And then when it comes down to you shouldn't go to a barbecue without a mask. No, you oppressors. No! You're oppressing me. I'm not going.
I'm going to go to the Lake of the Ozarks and rub my sweaty body all over a bunch of other people with sweaty bodies. By the way, so we talked a little bit pre-show about Hamilton, but there was this thing on TV called Hamilton. I don't know if you've heard of it, but
I've heard of it. Yeah, big deal.
Disney Plus did this whole thing called Hamilton. Apparently, it's a stage production by some guy named Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Mm-hmm. That's right. It is. It's a hell of a thing. It's a phenomenon, you might say, Brian.
It is. Watch it on the biggest screen you can, and try not to duck when King George sings his bitter, his 2 bitter interjections that he comes out and does during the show, and spits all over the front 3 rows of the audience.
Oh gosh. Glad this isn't in 3D.
Like, worse than you don't want to see this thing in 3D. Worse than Richard Cheese. Like I haven't seen a guy spit on the front row like this since Richard Cheese at Coverville 500.
Not since old RC took the stage there at the 500 concert.
Yeah, so good though.
We meant to watch it. We just didn't get around to it. We had too much going on. People were around. Carter and Nick were around here and there, and we just had stuff, and we just didn't watch it. So I'm bummed because I wanted to see it. So no, I guess it's there.
Gonna be on there. I'm sure it'll be on there for a while. You got time.
Maybe there permanently. I don't know. Is it? Or what was
I don't know.
I don't know what deal they made. Maybe they made.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, exactly.
Temporary deal. So I should hurry up and watch it. Yeah, I was too busy watching Devs, which is the greatest thing ever, and I'm so into it I can barely stand. Not watching it right now. I'm not rushing because I'm savoring it. I'm really savoring it. It is my jam.
But I'll tell you what, that the episode, I'm going to be vague.
Okay, give me vagaries.
The episode that begins, and I think it might be episode 2 or 3, that begins with several kind of blurry coming into focus shots, and the music that goes along with it is some of the most unnerving, unsettling, and brilliant TV.
It's sublime. It's sublime. You're right.
Really
I don't mean the band Sublime. I mean the actual correct usage of the word sublime. It's really discordant, but also I'm so compelled.
Yeah.
It's just pushing me forward, and I'm just taking my time.
Mm-hmm.
So just At the end of it, I'll decompress. I'll tell you what I thought. But so far, it's so my jam right now. All right, quick shout out. Discordia Dog, Lars in our chat.
Yes.
Actually came by TWBD over the weekend and said, hey, missed the show in the chat. But also we see a lot in TMS as well. Close family member of Lars passed away recently and says he hopes to be back here chatting again soon. So just wanted to give him a shout out, let him know we're thinking about him. So sorry to hear about your loss. And we'd love to see you back in the chat room. Okay, quick story about DoorDash.
Yeah, for sure.
DoorDash sucks sometimes. Sometimes they're great, okay? But sometimes DoorDash is not great. Or I should say sometimes the driver is a little dingbatty. Now, my wife's going to be mad at me because she thinks I shouldn't give too much heat to any of these people because they're out delivering and they're doing a hard job during a time that's a little precarious and all of that.
Sure.
I agree. However, Losty McLosterpants was bringing me food the other day. And oh my gosh, they got lost. They got so lost. They were 45 minutes later than the time it said that they've arrived. So they said, they've arrived, enjoy your meal. But I see this little dot go brrrr and drive past us.
I love it. So you're a dot watcher. You like to watch the dot to see
right toward the end,
Freddy's
yeah.
burgers are going?
Yeah, right toward the end, I figure, hey, I better keep an eye on this. So I run upstairs because I'm like, oh, no, where are you going? You didn't drop anything off. I open the door. Did you leave it here? No, there's nothing here. Nothing got dropped off. What's that? I start having a Jerry moment. And I can't see where this car has gone. I'm looking at the map, and now it's blipping a little bit, so it's showing that they're over in the condos up a little bit to the east, but then they're not because it keeps blipping out to the outside of those condos, so I can't tell if they're like heading down to the highway or if they're coming back, and so they're all over the place. I go, there's a text option, to say, hey.
Yes, right.
So I hit that, and I go, hey, I think maybe you're lost. We're one of the houses across from the townhomes. Comes back and says, bloop. This number is no longer in service. So it doesn't freaking work. All right, so that doesn't work. Then I realize, oh, wait, the only phone number they have to call if they call to say, hey, I'm lost, I'm trying to find you, is Kim's phone. And she's in a car on the way home from, what she was doing. She was out with Carter or something. I can't remember now.
Gotcha.
Thought she was on her way home from her trip. But anyway, doesn't matter. So she's not here. And so, they're trying to call Kim. Kim's not somewhere where she has her phone, so she can't hear it, so she doesn't know that they're calling. So this person is not only just completely lost, but they can't find anything. Finally, Kim picks up her phone or calls her back and says, oh, hey, yeah, that must be for my husband. We're the house, this color. It has our number on the front, like it's on your damn receipt. There's a number on the front. So I'm thinking, finally. So I get out on the porch, and I think I'll wait on the porch because this will be easy to wave at them, so that they really 100% positive. Nothing. And then I hear down the street, 3 houses down, I hear my neighbor go, hey, hold on a second. Hold up, like that. And I kind of look around, and he goes, hey, we didn't order this. This isn't ours. We didn't order this.
No. So they just dropped it off at another non-matching house.
Yes. That had not the number we have that is on the thing. So I go running down the street and I go, that's me. Oh, whoa, hey, hold up. That's me. And he goes, you ordered this? I said, yeah. And he goes, Zao? I said, yep, that's me. And he goes, oh my gosh. All right, here you go. She brought it here. I don't know why. And the girl who brought it was standing outside of her Jeep like this. She had her hands like this and she was just looking at me. And she looked at me and and she had her mask, but it was like around her chin. And she was like this and she went, and just kind of ran around her Jeep, got in the Jeep, and peeled out of there, like took off. She did.
That's the greatest.
So I don't know what to do. Do I send I've still got the order thing in the app. Do I send a thing that says, man, this driver was...
Definitely need to.
Okay,
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and, be as nice and diplomatic as possible. Could be one of her first deliveries. You never know.
I mean, she was so lost. But who just goes, I give up. I'll put it at this house and hope this is right. Who does that?
Right.
And it was 3 doors
and
down.
Especially when you're on the right block, it's like, okay, I found the right street. Close enough.
Yeah, close enough. 3 doors down.
Let them figure it out.
And if it hadn't been for my neighbor who went, I wouldn't have known.
You wouldn't have known.
And he would have had free food.
He might have looked at the receipt and seen your address on it, though, right? Or do you think that that's not on there?
Oh, I don't know if that's on there. That's a good question. He may have.
He might have been able to say, "Oh, yeah, I'll just take this down."
Oh, this is
But
Johnson's.
Isn't
I
it
hate
a bummer
those guys.
that you put the tip in when you pay for it, as opposed to after you get the service?
Yes.
With DoorDash and all these.
I would much rather pay for it, or I'd much rather do the tip as they're there. But then that's weird.
Yeah.
Like, are they standing there and me going, "Okay, we're giving you a 2."
Well, no, but do it like Starbucks, where you pay with the app, and then for the next hour you have the ability to add a tip. Hey, look, it's a little van.
Yeah, I brought a little boy with me. Hey, so you want to talk in the mic? You want to say something? No, you don't want to. You just want to move it. All right. What's he doing?
He likes to move it.
Oh,
I
that's
hear.
right. You have him this morning. That's awesome. Ooh, you smell like pee. All right. Sorry.
Better be van you're talking about. No, so as I was saying, so Starbucks, when you pay using the I'll wait till you're not.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I'm not distracted. I promise. He's a but not like
distracting bunch of toddlers.
like
is what
toddlers.
You got,
Yeah, exactly. All right. Sorry. You go ahead. Sorry. He just wanted to high five me, and it's all done now. We're good.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So no, with the Starbucks app, you go and you use the app with the little barcode on. You pay for your thing, but then for the next hour, you have the ability to leave the tip. Right. So
Yeah.
you can go in there, just tap on it, say, "Hey, that was good service," and tip when you get home from driving and picking it up or whenever.
Right.
But you don't have to do it when you actually pay for the thing, and I think you don't have to do it while they're standing in front of you.
Yeah,
either.
that's how they should do this, because then you've had the experience and you know whether or not. I mean, I would have tipped no matter what, right? Like I would have. It may have been on the lower side, but I would have tipped her even with this goof up. But it would be nice if I knew ahead of time, or if I knew after the fact, if I'm going to give her the bigger one. Also, this would help people who are really great and conscientious and are fast and come to the door and
exactly.
say thank you.
You'd get better service if the tips were done after you got the service, as opposed to, I got my tip. What do I care? Like with Lyft, they gave me a tip as after they got out of the car, as they were walking to their destination or whatever. So it was on me to make sure that I did provide a very good experience for them and have some chilled water and some soothing music or whatever they wanted to listen to, and not talk to them if they sounded like they didn't want to be talked to.
Yeah, exactly. No pre-tipping. We're taking a stand. In this time of nothing going on, everything's quiet, nobody has any civil issues they want to bring up, we want no pre-tipping. That's our platform. We're going to stand on it. No pre-tipping.
No pre-tipping. Read my lips.
Read my
Mr.
lips.
Gorbachev.
No.
I just combined Reagan and Bush into one thing.
All right, yeah. It was read my lips. No new taxes.
Tear down these pre-tips.
Real quick, Darth Marcus in the chat asked if I said Zhao. I did. He says it's one of his favorite places to eat. Mine too. I love this place. Zhao is awesome. They make these incredible Korean tacos that I just cannot get enough of. Oh, so good.
How are they cold?
Yeah, that's a great question. It was pretty cool, but I made a really good move because they had a deal going where they gave you a free little soup thing, and it's really hot, and it by proximity acted as a heater to keep the tacos warm.
Smart. That's good.
Yeah.
Whether or not that was on purpose, that's a brilliant maneuver.
But you could tell the third taco, because there are 3 tacos in the order. You can tell the third taco that's on the furthest from it was pretty cold, but the other 2 had absorbed the warmth from the bowl of soup. Anyway, good times all around, everybody. DoorDash, what are you doing? Hey, what about Dunaway? What about him? Let's get him in here.
What about Brian Dunaway?
I think that'd be fun. He's showing a sleep on here, but I don't think that's true. He
might. This might be his day off. I don't know if people got the day off Friday or today in most cases.
I think most were. That's a really good question. I thought most were Friday, but maybe I don't know. I actually may not know. I know Friday was a bank holiday for it, so I would assume.
Oh, Friday was the bank holiday. Okay.
Yeah, because we tried to do bank stuff and then realized, oh crap, these are all closed. All right, he is not answering right away. That doesn't mean anything though. Whoops. Oh shit. Hold on. Sorry, I left our call by accident. I didn't mean to do that. Okay.
Yeah, I noticed. Thanks.
They did this thing where they changed it. It used to say, so if you had somebody you were trying to get into your group and you add them and they don't answer right away, you right-click them and choose ring. It means to ring them again. But they added another option that says call, and it's right next to where it used to be ring. It's actually the same position that ring used to be on the list, on the context menu. So it's just too easy to hit call by accident, which starts a whole separate call.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Colby X.
Yeah. Oh shit! I hear his voice now. That means play this. Hey, look what we got here. We got one Brian Dunaway from South Carolina, our good pal, our friend, and our fierce competitor here on Battle Royale. Hello, Brian.
Oh, hi, Scott and Brian.
Hi.
Thanks for calling me 12 different times, and I kept clicking join, and it would go donk, and then another one would pop up and like donk. I'm like, just let me join.
I don't know why that was doing that. I kept hitting ring you, and I don't know. And then I called you directly. It's all mine. I'll take the blame. It's fine. I don't mind.
Couldn't figure it out.
I don't
Every
mind.
device I had was ringing.
Hey, when you get a second, Brian put a Vimeo video in this little Discord group you're in. You should watch that video because it's amazing. You should watch that.
Oh, cool. I'll check it out afterwards.
That might be my favorite thing I've seen today. All right. Hey, it's good to have you here. Let's find out who we have on the line. We have a listener who wants to win some prizes. Hi, who's this?
Hey, it's Stephanie.
Well, hello, Stephanie.
Oh, hi, Stephanie.
Hold on, wait.
Hi.
Which Stephanie?
From Madison, Wisconsin.
Right.
Yep, that one's me.
The Star Wars fan one, right?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Yeah. Giants.
I also like Star Wars.
Yeah,
but-
Star Wars is cool. You can like both. That's what's great about living in America
I
in
like
2020. Yeah, we can like Spider-Man and Star Wars all at the same time. Well, Stephanie, it's great to have you here. Stephanie Pet's in the chat, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or Stephanie.
Well, it's not Stephanie Pets. It's Stephanie with Stephanie backwards next.
Oh, right, yeah. Right? I don't know.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, I pronounce it Stephanie in a pet.
We
but
should
yeah, it's
refer
not
to the
really-
expert.
Yeah,
Not a real name.
she's the one that knows, not me. All right. Well, it's good to have you here, Brian. I know she knows how this works, but you're still going to explain it for our audience. How does this work, and what can she win?
I'll go through this one more time, but really, people, you need to understand this. I'm going to give Scott and Brian a topic. They're going to go back and forth with answers for that topic. If one of them gives a wrong answer, a repeated answer, or they take too long to come up with an answer, the one is going to go to the other player. Your job is to predict who's going to come out on top based on the topic. Your job, Stephanie. Your job. Today, you are
Your
playing
one
for
job.
a couple of humble bundle games.
Ooh.
Battle Chasers Night War
Oh.
and Fell Seal Arbiter's Mark,
Okay.
courtesy of Ex-Shinobi.
The first one you mentioned, Battle Chasers.
Yes, Battle Chasers Night War.
Incredibly cool turn-based RPG that is got the coolest style. So the artist that just left my brain. Brian, you'll know this, Dunaway, or maybe even Ibbot. He used to do a ton of Marvel stuff. Crap. Joe Madeira. Remember him?
Oh
yeah.
Yeah,
Madeira,
he's the art director on that game, and it is so cool, dude. His art is
Well,
amazing.
it was designed. The artist is Joe Madeira. Designer Steve Madeira.
Oh, there you go. Oh, so wait, are they related? That was like his brother?
It sure
Oh,
seems
God.
like a pretty rough.
Don't throw that at Scott.
Yeah.
He has trouble with these people with the same last name.
Yeah, I think there's
Christopher Reeve? Who?
George Reeves.
George Reeve? Are they related? They're
Are they?
both
Yeah.
Superman.
Was that his dad? All right.
He didn't he do like all the Age of Apocalypse stuff? Like the,
yes, right.
I want to say I think he did. Yeah.
He also is the art lead on those games that Liam's in. What are they called? Darksiders. The Darksiders games.
Oh,
Yeah,
Darksiders.
big, chunky,
these are-
bulky, cool-looking characters. He's just rad, that guy.
This thing looks amazing. I'm sorry, Stephanie. I'm going to keep this for myself. You're
Yeah.
going to get Logan on 4K.
Ah!
No, that's not true. You're
He's
gonna
going to
get it.
receive that
kidding.
one day.
You're gonna like it.
Just
Not.
kidding.
You're
Yeah.
gonna like it as much as Spider-Man. That's what I think. So.
Yeah, I totally remember his stuff from the Age of Apocalypse cover art. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, cool. So that's one of the games. The other one, Fell Seal, Arbiter's Mark. Nobody knows anything about that
No,
one.
I
But
don't know
I'll
about
bet
that
it's
one.
good as well. Again, big thanks to Ex-Shinobi for donating those games. But before you can win those prizes, before Scott and Brian can even start their part of this process, I have to tell them what the topic is. And the topic today comes from Jamie Brand, TMS Mashups.
Oh. Hi, Jamie.
Over the years,
Mhm.
Ah.
we've had a lot of hosts of late night programming, late shows,
Mm.
and tonight shows, if you will.
Sure.
On my list, I have 4, 6, 12 hosts of combined the Tonight Show, the Late Show, and the Late Late Show. I want you to name as many of them as you can.
Okay, so
There's
not
12.
no Letterman late night thing on NBC.
Well, you-
Well, no, I'm talking about a whole different show. So like late night on NBC,
Oh.
does that count or no?
Um, I'm gonna say this part again. Tonight Show,
till you
The
blew
Late
it.
Show, and The Late Late Show.
Okay.
That's all I'm gonna tell you.
Just
you
those
can
three.
guess any names you want.
Okay.
Right.
Just
But
making
I
sure.
want you
So
to-
so
It's the Tonight Show, The Late
show and the Late
the
Late
late
Show.
just
Right.
one late, and
Yeah.
then there's two
And
late.
then there's the two
shows.
late. The
Yeah.
Late Late Show.
then there's the
Late Show
Late
and
Late.
the Tonight Show.
Right.
So what time do those come on?
Late.
Late.
Oh, okay.
But my point stands, and even though I used a name that's probably going to get used again for something else, that show wouldn't count because he didn't mention that show. So, right?
Yes. Only the shows that I mentioned are
Right.
on this list.
Okay, I'm good.
And the one that
12
Scott
names.
mentioned.
All right.
Yes.
I feel pretty good about this.
That's right. Stephanie, hearing their confidence, as much of it as there is, or
thereof.
lack thereof, who do you want to go first, and who do you think is going to win this one?
I'm gonna give it to Brian to win because I can guarantee Scott is gonna mess this up somehow.
Oh, sweet. Scott, well, who should go first? You want me to go first?
Yeah, you can go first.
All right,
Scott.
I'm going to go first.
That goes first.
Let's do the dude who got fired for telling a diarrhea joke, Jack Paar. We're going to go way back.
Jack Paar.
Wow.
You are going way back, yeah.
Yeah, might know more about this than you guys think I do.
1957 to 1962, Jack Paar, the host of The Tonight Show.
Oh, quick question. Well, no, that would be right. If you only have, you say 12 total?
12 names total.
Okay,
So, yes,
so
I'm not
no
asking for
guest
guest
hosts.
hosts,
All right.
if that's what you're
Now,
about to ask.
somebody said the Tonight Show, but you said the Late Show, right?
The Tonight Show, The Late Show, and The Late Late Show. Those three shows.
I'm sorry.
Good
Oh.
Lord. How many times do I need to say it? The
Oh, I
Tonight
thought-
Show, The
It's
Late
the
Show, and
Tonight
The Late
Show.
Late Show.
Okay.
I thought it was just me.
Jesus.
Weird.
But those are two different networks. Now I'm really confused.
Yeah, how confusing.
All right.
Weird.
So
Weird.
why Scott didn't go with the one he already mentioned
I
during the
don't
thing
know.
is beyond me. So that's the reason why I had to ask again. We'll go with David Letterman,
Give me a
the-
freebie.
David Letterman.
the Late Show host with the most.
Absolutely. 1993 to 2015, The Late Show with David Letterman.
Launched that show. All right. Let's go with well, let's just stay on that show for a minute and stay Stephen Colbert, who currently hosts it.
There you go. Stephen Colbert, 2015 to the present, The Late Show.
Yeah.
Late Show.
Stephen Colbert.
Colbert.
And so you can't think of the Tonight Show without mentioning Johnny Karsten.
Yeah, please do. Johnny Carson, 1962 to 1992. Bette Midler, I think last
Midler.
She sang to him that day.
she sang to him.
Yeah, there's a great Simpsons episode that makes fun of that.
There is, yes.
Okay. Let's go with you hear about this? You hear about this? Jay Leno.
There you go.
Jay Leno.
Leno.
Yeah.
We talked
Took
about
over for
yesterday.
Johnny
Mhm.
Carson. Started in his first show was 1992. His last show was 2014.
All right.
All right. Well, after Jay for a minute, Conan O'Brien stepped in.
That's right.
Yeah.
Actually, right in the middle of it. That's why I didn't want
Right.
to say Jay Leno, 1992 to 2009, then 2010 to 2014, because Conan
Yep.
O'Brien was wedged in between
So
that
much
hole.
chin, he had to come back again.
That's right,
That
exactly.
was so weird. What a weird thing. That pissed me off because he was funny. I like Conan. That bummed me out. All right. So that's correct. Yeah.
That's correct. Yeah. No. Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The current host is Jimmy Fallon, so get him out of the
Right.
way.
There you go. There
absolutely
you go.
correct. 2014 to the present. Still can't get through an entire skit without laughing
Yeah.
and breaking character. And we love him for it.
Yeah.
And we said the Late Late Show, right?
We did say the Late Late Show.
Okay. So James Corden, he does that currently. Correct.
He does do that currently with his carpool karaoke and his
Right.
British accent and his whatnot.
Do I need full names to get anything right?
Well, I mean, you can't just say like Fred. I mean, or something like that. That would be weird.
I will accept last names,
All right.
but
Well,
I'm not going to accept
No.
just the first name.
I can never remember his first name, but I'll stay over there on the Late Late and say the Ferguson. I forgot his
There you
first
go.
name. Ferguson.
Ferguson.
Yeah, that's
Sure,
right, that's
Fergie. Fergie is what we call him for short.
Yeah.
Craig Ferguson
Craig!
from 2005
Damn it.
to 2014.
And And the reason why is because you're probably getting confused. Prior to Ferguson was Craig Kilborn, right?
That's right. Former host of The Daily Show on
was
comedy.
weird.
Yeah.
You know, I used to love The Daily Show with Craig Kilborn and his his quick 5 questions and his moment of zen at the end. And as much as I love Jon Stewart, I do love Jon Stewart, but I really did like Craig Kilborn's Daily Show as well.
Did Kilborn do a moment of zen? I didn't know that.
He did, yeah.
So that was a carry forward.
That.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Did not know that. Did not know that.
That's right. Exactly.
All right. You
Interesting.
said Craig Kilborn. I say let's go back to the ancient times and do Steve Allen from The Tonight Show.
Oh, there you
Steve
go.
Allen, first host of The Tonight Show, 1954 to 1957.
All right, let me think.
So here's the deal. Here's the deal. I have one more name
right?
on my
There's only
list.
one more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One
And
more.
if you get it, Stephanie wins.
that
She would
sucks.
win
I
anyway
missed
if
it.
all the answers were given.
Right.
But if you miss it, of course,
Miss
Scott
it.
gets the win.
Oh.
And Stephanie gets nothing.
No
day,
pressure,
sir.
Brian. No pressure. Pressure. No pressure.
No pressure.
No pressure.
Well, I know there was plenty of shows. There was plenty of hosts on The Tonight Show. And they even had some that I don't know if they're ever actually officially named hosts, even though they like filled in for like almost a season or more. And I'm pretty sure that I feel like the first one Scott said was Jack Paar, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you,
Oh,
but Scott apparently will.
Scott, I don't need your help, Ibbot. Shut up. I'm listening to Scott. Oh my gosh. Because all the rest, that's the only one left. It would have to be a Tonight Show host because we've already covered all the hosts that I can remember from the other ones. Yeah. Oh, I don't know.
I know.
I mean,
I know the last one.
I mean, Joan Rivers sat in for Carson for a long time. Like occasionally she would come in for like a season almost.
Is that your answer?
I guess it will be because I can't think of anybody else.
I already know that.
Scott got the button. Yeah,
That's incorrect.
Couldn't wait to press that.
I know who it is. It's that. Tell us more about the blah blah blah. It's Tom Snyder. He was kind of like a proto. I don't know. Letterman used to love him, and then produced a show after that, and became Worldwide Pants, and blah blah blah. Anyway, Tom Snyder, that's your man. Woo!
Tom Snyder, the last name on the Late Late Show list, and
Oh, the Late Late Show.
Yeah, he was the original host.
So we got
right?
all the Tonight Show host?
He
all
was,
the Tonight Show. Alan Paar, Carson, Len, O'Brien, and Fallon.
and Snyder was your founding Late Late Show host, right?
Yeah, I forgot about that. I did forget about that. Oh, that is old stuff. Yeah.
I remember seeing a lot of Tom Snyder in college because he'd come on. No, I guess maybe it was after college, 1995 to 1999. So it was after college. But if you were staying up late and you watched all of Letterman after Letterman, you'd switch over and watch Tom Snyder.
He was a great interviewer. Is he still?
He really was.
He didn't die, did he? Hold on.
I don't remember him being I don't remember that at all. Come to
His
think
hair
of it. I
color
don't-
never seemed to match up with his he
With
seemed
the
like
rug,
he was
the
really
drapes?
tan with like shockingly gray hair, if I remember correctly. I might be misremembering, but
Oh, he died in
What, you
2007.
can't have a tan and gray hair?
it just looked like a weird combination. He had these dark eyebrows and shockingly gray hair. Like his all of it should have gone gray at the same time is what I'm
Well, yeah, he died of chronic lymphomic leukemia in 2007.
Often characterized by dark skin and gray hair.
Yeah, that'll get you every time. Well, all right. Well done, me, but I feel bad a little because Stephanie's nice and we didn't give her any prizes today. Stephanie, how do you feel about your choice?
Better luck next time, I guess.
Better not get
I know. Sorry, Stephanie.
I love that her thing was Scott's
that's-
going to mess this up somehow. That's what she said before.
She did.
So hopefully I will.
It's
in
an
the future.
interesting thought, though. Like, if it's a short list like this, knowing that there's 12, you can kind of hedge your bets by picking the same person to start and to win.
Right. Interesting.
Because-
Oh, that's smart. If
Because
there's
an even
numbers,
number, exactly. There's an even
Oh,
number,
yeah.
and that way, if if all the answers go, then your bet's kind of hedged.
Oh, you kind of win. You have a better chance of winning either way. I see.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
exactly.
How come we never thought of that
Only
before?
slightly better. Because, I mean, let's face it, it is a good option to bet on you or Brian screwing things up at some point. during these lists.
You're not wrong. Well, Stephanie,
Not in this case.
we
because
love
who
you
else
anyway.
does do your stuff?
Yeah.
Right. Who else sat in for the Tonight Show? Like there was a while
Oh
where
my God,
they had
David
several.
Brenner was on there all the time.
Yeah.
Gary Shandling, I think, sat in a few
Gary
times.
Shandling sat in a couple of times. That's right.
A lot of times. Shandling was there a lot.
Yeah, he was.
But those none of those counted. It has to be like full.
None of those counted. I think actually we even did a while back. We did a Tonight Show guest hosts.
Right.
We did, and I lost that
Battle
one because
Royale.
I thought Letterman was because you had a rule. It was like 3 or more
Yes.
times, and Letterman
Yes.
had only
Right.
done it once or something, and I
That's
had no
right,
idea.
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what always surprised me because I always thought part of the reason that they were considering Letterman to replace Johnny before all that split happened was because he'd done it so much, but he hadn't. He'd done it like one time. I had that all wrong in my head. So yeah, this is full circle, Brian. We've come right back to it.
We did it.
Yeah.
We did it.
And by the way, that was January 20th of this year that we did. 16 people have hosted at least 2 episodes
wow.
of the Tonight Show. Name them, courtesy of TMSBattleRoyale.com, where that list resides.
January of 2020 feels like 500 years ago. So
It does. I was just thinking when you said that, I'm like, we haven't done that in years.
Yeah, long time.
Yes.
It felt like.
Yep.
But, and weird
just
times.
to clear it up, Amish Overlord. Yes, Wikipedia lists several guest hosts for the Tonight Show, but we're not looking for guest hosts. We're looking for permanent hosts.
Yeah, these were permanent hosts, whatever that definition is. I think Brian's list is right. It sounds right to me.
Yeah, I'm sure it's right.
Yeah.
I was
And
at
it's really,
Gigantic.
it's really
Solid.
Jamie TMS mashups list.
I feel like I did like a bit of a pool. What do you call that? A pool hustle at the start of this thing. Kind of played dumb a little bit.
Oh, did you? Okay,
Because
you
I'm
did
a
that.
huge
Right
fan.
now?
I love late night talk shows. I love late night TV. I love the format. Like in a lot of ways. I mean, Letterman was my hero growing up. I freaking loved David Letterman. So I feel like I knew more about that
Same.
than I let
Yeah,
Stephanie know.
improv stuff like SNL and late shows, all that stuff we were just consumed.
Yeah, it's part of our
Yeah.
fabric, man. Growing up,
Yeah.
Gen X,
Yeah.
rock on.
Totally.
All right. Well, I used to think Johnny Carson was terrible though because he was the other generation's late night show host.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I'm like, plaid, stupid coat, and ugly lapels, and that fat guy laughing next to him. This is lame. This isn't cool. Look at Letterman. He's doing stupid pet tricks and throwing people at Velcro walls. Like that's cool.
Yes.
Anyway,
Yes.
felt rebellious to like Letterman back in the day.
Yes.
Yeah, see?
you
Yes.
go.
All right, later today at 3:30 Mountain Time, there will be a Boop Show. It's called the Boop Show because it's about video games, especially independent cool ones, and Brian Dunaway and I host that. That'll be today at 3:30 right here on the Twitch channel, or you can catch it as a podcast at frogpants.com/boop. Brian, any thoughts or feelings or questions before we kick you out?
Yeah. Hopefully, I'll be over my loss by then, and we'll be in a better mood.
Yeah, go
I'm
lick,
kidding.
go lick
it was
your
great. I
wounds.
always have fun, even losing.
lick your wounds. Go lick your wounds. Bye
We
now.
got it.
Oh, all right.
The best. That's the best cutoff right there.
Yeah, we got. I don't know what he was going to say. We can only guess. Hopefully not the Rona.
Only.
All right. Well, that was great. We do have time for a couple of these, and so let's knock some out. Here we go.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I must go take my vitamins. Your news has upset me greatly.
It's time for the news brought to you by.
Double whammy! There's a new Fred and Can at fredandcan.com and a new Frog Pants Plays Daily at frogpantsplays.com.
Yeah.
What? So much content for a Monday!
It's a lot of content, and for those who only like the Frog Pants Plays dailies for the stupid bloopers at the end, there are plenty. So go enjoy those. Fred and Can today. Fred is still hanging out with an old friend of his, and maybe asked the wrong question today. So go check it out at fredandcan.com. All right. A violent male. Oh, we did this already.
We did. This is the
Hold on.
just realized that's our salmon story or our fish story.
Yeah, I just forgot that we already did this one.
But the next one's good.
Yeah, the next one's good. Canadian Tire. That's like it's like Big O Tires for us here, or whatever famous tire thing in your town is.
Yeah.
Canadian Tire in Lindsay. I think that's in Ontario. I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
Anyway, Canada. It's all one big ball of.
All one big, yeah, exactly. Right next to Vancouver and St. John.
Yeah, all together there.
New Brunswick, right there.
There you go. Anyway, they closed temporarily, this Canadian Tire, because they closed after every item scanned on their scanning machine, when you scanned in items to sell them, came up Mr. Potato Head. They thought they were getting hacked. Turns out, I guess they kind of work. Customers in the Canadian Tire store in Lindsay left empty-handed this morning. Karawatha 411 News has learned that every item scanned this morning was coming up as Mr. Potato Head and could not be changed. No sales were being made, and customers were forced to leave empty-handed, according to the witnesses. Quote, "This was an anomaly that occurred this morning only at our Lindsay and Whitby stores. Point-of-sale downloading error caused item names to appear incorrectly. However, item prices and item numbers were registered correctly. It just has since been corrected, and the stores are now operating normally. The glitch affected 5 stores, including their head office. Everything said Mr. Potato Head. Amazing.
That is an angry ex-employee who probably has that nickname for his boss, right?
Yep.
Like,
yep.
I quit. You're Mr. Potato Head, and then he on his way out changes all of the items in his in the directory to be Mr. Potato Head.
Somebody find out where Rami Malek is. Maybe he's up to some Mr. Robot business.
Exactly.
Some dirty business.
Mr. Robot Head.
Yeah. Oh, I love that when I was a kid. My favorite toy, Mr. Robot Head. Here's the story for you. A man falls through a floor of his home, plunged 30 feet into a well he didn't know was there. Firefighters in Connecticut said a man survived with only minor injuries when he fell through the floor of a friend's home and plunged nearly 30 feet in a well under the house. The Guilford Fire Department and Guilford Police Department said Christopher Town. Christopher Town.
Christopher Town.
Yeah. What do you do in Christopher Town?
Ain't no town like Christopher Town.
If you went there, what would you go to do at Christopher Town?
Well, I would go to the Krispy Kreme, and then I would go to the. I got nothing else.
You go sailing because Christopher Cross. Hey?
Oh, there you go. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yes, right. There you go.
Yeah,
I'd watch an Avengers movie because by golly, there are 3 Christophers in that.
That's right. You'd go up to. I'm all out too. I got no more.
Ruth Chris Steakhouse. Very good.
Go.
Thank you, Jedi 71. Yes.
Yeah, well done. Good one. I'm sure there'll be plenty more coming. Anyway, it says here, the police department said said the well was likely located outside the house when it was built in 1843. Oh, that's a long time ago. But the hole was covered by some simple wood flooring when the property was renovated and added to in 1981. Still a long
I probably
time.
have a DIY I could send somebody from Animal Crossing that for some simple wood flooring.
Can you just paint it on the ground? That'd be cool.
I could actually probably, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, that swimming mechanic is pretty cool in that game. I like it.
It is. Yeah.
I like it. I feel like that could have been handled awkwardly, and instead it feels good to like dive off the board.
It does not feel tacked on, clunky, or anything. It feels really good.
No.
Yeah, smart.
But people are telling me that you can do that. You did that in the 3DS New Leaf game. I don't remember that. I don't remember no swimming.
I must not have ever gotten that far. Or maybe it was added after the fact, too, because I only played it shortly after release and maybe didn't stick with it long enough.
No memory of that, and I played that game to death. How did I miss that? Was it just not a thing I didn't know? I don't know. But I found a lot of new stuff, gave them all the blathers, running around in my dumb swimsuit. It's great. It's great. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to spend some time with our friends Steven Schleicher, and Daryl will be here because we have some Trek news today.
Trek news!
Yep, Trek nudes. Oh, I'm sorry, news, not nudes. News. So that'll be here in a second. But before we do that, Brian brought a song, and we must play it. What do you have?
You know...
If you don't care for monsters, perhaps you prefer a robot.
Blah, 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 blah.
This is the morning stream. Yo, bartender, Jobu needs a refill.
We're back. Oh, man, I didn't know I was in the mood for ska today, but I totally was.
Yeah, some good stuff, too. 2:30. The song is Lion Eyes. And pick it up today. It's called Something Blue, the brand new EP from 2:30.
It's very good. And by the way, that is Wendy.
Blah, 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 blah.
That's a weird thing she said last week.
Sounds like vocal exercises before you go on stage.
Yep.
Blah, 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 blah.
Blah. Peas and succotash. Succotash and peas.
Blah, 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 blah.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. We're here to do more. We're here to be more. We're here to do all we can. And that means what? Steven. That's
Steven, yes.
Yeah. I knew that.
Could wait for Kesha to tell us, but that's fine.
Oh, yeah, she could tell us, but she won't until he goes, there he is. Steven Schleicher, all the way from Hayes, Kansas, and the one, the only, MajorSpoilers.com. Steven, welcome to the show.
And
oh, weird.
Oh, there we go. He's in the car.
Are you in the car?
Parking lot while my son finishes up soccer camp today.
Oh, fun.
Nice.
Soccer camp. That's where they go. What do they do there? What do you do at soccer camp? I don't hear him. Do you hear him?
I imagine it's like band camp.
He's breaking.
This one time?
Uh-oh. Hide the flute. Hold on. I can't hear you there, Steven. Are you talking? You might.
I'm trying to talk. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now. You might have a weird.
Okay.
Got a weird thing going with mobile Discord. I don't know. That's weird. Anyway, well, it's not a problem because picking up your kid is the right thing to do from whatever camp you're going to.
That's right.
Welcome to the show. We got a couple things from you today, including I don't know how this happened, right? Aliens and Predator. These were comics. If you were going to do comic book versions of those properties, you were always going to go to Dark Horse. That's where you spent your time.
Mm-hmm.
You go to Dark Horse, but not now. Marvel owns everything now. How come Marvel got Aliens and Predator? What happened there?
There's this little thing called the Disney Fox deal that closed a few years ago. And for those of you that don't remember, the Alien franchise and the Predator franchise are both owned by Disney. So this is the third time that Dark Horse has gotten the short end of the stick. First, they lost the Star Wars franchise a couple of years ago when Disney bought Lucasfilm and said, oh, well, we've got a comic book company. Let's just have the Star Wars stuff go to Dark Horse. And then they lost it again 2 years ago when the Conan franchise went over to Marvel. So now you can read all your Conan comics over at Marvel. And then with the closing of the 20th Century Fox deal, it was probably only a matter of time before Aliens and Predator and Aliens versus Predator all landed over at Marvel as well.
You think, all right, so I figure what that means for comics, and that's fine. And that's probably good, actually, because, I don't know, more regular, big published, don't worry about losing too much money kind of access to these comics seems good. But what do you think it means for the movies and stuff? Do you think we get more movies? Do you think we get, are they done with that?
As far as on the movie side, yeah, I think we will probably get some more movies eventually. As far as the comic book side, I'm not sure that this is a good deal because Marvel has shown in the past a tendency to just drop, Disney tried to get. They took away the Disney properties from IDW Publishing and Boom Studios a few years ago, and then they did nothing with those properties at Marvel. So there could be a thing where Marvel is maybe not able to do as many Alien and Predator series like they were doing over at Dark Horse. And Dark Horse, I mean, that's what made Dark Horse back in the day, besides Sin City, was that they had the RoboCop, they had the Alien and the Predators franchise, and that really helped that company grow.
What do you think about this rumor floating around that the Aliens and Predators will join the MCU?
They did clarify in a secondary announcement after the initial announcement went out. They said there's no plans right now for the Aliens or the Predators to join the the Marvel comic book universe. Now, the cinematic universe, probably not. Yeah. But the teaser images that Marvel sent out certainly had the Predator standing on top of Avengers Tower holding Iron Man's helmet in his hand. So I'm going to say that we're going to see an Alien Predator Avengers crossover before 2022, or at least by 2022.
I want the Predator to join the Avengers. I want him to be on the team.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Dang it. I want that to happen. Okay, how about just an alien face hugger can join the team? He'll just be a little sentient face hugger from the Aliens franchise and he'll be like, my old ways of injecting eggs down people's throats, they're behind me. I want to join the Avengers and fight crime. You think that'll happen? Oh no! It's doing that thing again.
I'm sorry. Oh, sorry. Doesn't Marvel already have the Xenomorphs, Brian? So isn't that basically, the Brood
in the X-Men comics? They're totally like their original version of the Aliens before they got the Xenomorphs.
All right. Well,
you can see that happening.
yeah, I'm super curious about it though. We'll see. You also mentioned something's going on with Diamond Comic Distributors. That sounds dastardly. What do you mean? What's going on?
About dastardly, but if people are really paying attention to what's going on at Diamond, certainly they were put in a bad position when coronavirus hit. They had said that they were going to start delaying payments to the publishers, often as much as 3 to 4 months for when they were able to get back into business. So that was one thing that kind of was like, well, maybe this company is not as financially stable as they claimed that they would be. And then, of course, DC Comics left, which took 40% of their business. Or more. And then the announcement last week that Steve Geppi, who founded the Diamond company, Geppi Family Entertainment, the president of the company stepped down and he stepped back up into the president's position for the company. So he actually has 3 titles now at Diamond. And I don't know, there's just some things going on that as you watch this, that comic book distribution monopoly may crumble sooner than later. I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm certainly not forward casting anything for anyone that may hold any stock or value or anything into Diamond. But those 3 things that have happened within the last 3 months seem to indicate that something's up at Diamond.
Nice. I wouldn't mind seeing that get changed up, even if they they stay and they're part of whatever the solution is. But it's still a little, it's a little monopoly-ish. So I don't know. Open that up some. That would be cool.
Yeah.
I'd be down with that. All right. Well, this is all well and good. Articles like this and conversations like this happen all the time over at majorspoilers.com, including the podcast and everything else. Steven, is there anything else you'd like to mention before we go today?
Words that I'm going to give to my son now that he's done with soccer practice. Remember, everybody, stay hydrated.
It's perfect timing. And always drink. Hey, Brian, when you were a kid, did you do the soccer? Was that a thing?
Yes. Yeah, I totally had soccer. And I did exactly what I'm sure many parents remember their kids doing, where it was a cluster of children all roaming around the ball. Nobody's staying in position, just like like getting as close to the ball as possible and just kicking it within this little circle of kids until one of them broke it through.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. Do you remember? So the way it worked with us is a different mom every week would be in charge of bringing something.
The orange slices and the
orange
Capri Sun.
slices. That's it.
Yes, the orange slices were that was the thing. You brought a cooler, you cut up a bunch of oranges into wedges. Kids thought they were being inventive by putting the wedges in their mouth and make it look like it was their teeth.
Is that generational, or are other people? Did everyone do this, or was it just
we did
us?
it when Tristan was in soccer, and I remember having those when I was a kid playing soccer. So
I felt like it was a lot of popsicles when my kids were young. I could be wrong.
Popsicles, sure.
Yeah, seemed like the easier, cheaper, less labor-intensive version of what that was. But I love the orange slices.
Just don't bring the strawberries because they're full of worms.
That's what I hear. You just put them in the salt water and all the worms come out.
That's right.
I've seen video. I've watched TikTok. I know what's going on. All right. Let's see if Daryl will grace us with his presence.
Okay.
It's been a while since I played this.
It's going to be fortunate enough.
It's been a while since I was able to push this button and feel like I can find it. Where the hell is it? I can't find it. Hold on. Where are you, Daryl? Why aren't you in here? Hold on. Did I move you out? I couldn't have done that. All right, well, I'll just make a sound for you. Hold on. Gosh, dang it, that sucks. Okay.
Now it's your turn to be not prepared.
Yeah, I'm completely not. I thought I had your stuff, handy right here. All right, we'll just play this.
Watch your profanity.
All right, so that's fine. I can't think of anything. I can't find anything else. Your normal intro is not here. I moved it around or deleted it by accident, but I didn't mean to. That's our fault for not having you on for a long time. It's Daryl Skeels, everybody. He is the Trek nerd and comes on the show some Mondays and talks about the happenings and goings-on in the world of Star Trek. Daryl, how are you?
Oh, I'm good.
Good. You're really quiet over there. You got? Are you right up on your mic? How are you doing there? You got some volume?
I am on it. Don't tell me I have to.
I just have you max. I have you at max, which just means
that shouldn't be right.
Your volume's low.
Well,
I don't
we're
know
always
why.
screwed up here.
It's fine. We can still hear you. You're okay. Don't stress about it too much.
You're fine.
Hey, the good news is there is some some Star Trek stuff coming, or Strek as I call it for short. Before we get into it, though, while I work behind, what going on in the background watch of TNG has begun for me again. I'm doing that again. Starting with season 1, gonna work my way through the whole thing. I'm in the mood.
I just don't know how you. There's so much new stuff to check out. I don't know. I guess
No.
you
That's what I'm
do
saying.
A lot of stuff
Only
in the background.
That's exactly. Oh, Brian, that red on air light just popped right up.
Just blaring, glowing red on air.
Literally just said those words. But yeah, like in the background, on while I work.
I'm pulling up the links to this Star Trek animated damn thing.
It's totally
okay?
fine.
Give me a break.
It's totally fine. I'm glad it's you for once and not me. Anyway, so yeah, like I just am in the mood to have it going. Just have it going. Occasionally look over and hear Picard going, "Damn it, Wesley," and just be happy that it's on. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know why. I just need it right now. So Star Trek coming back in my life like a freight train. I'm excited.
Yep.
All right, Daryl, tell us about this animated thing. So, what's it called again? Star Trek
Lower Decks.
Lower Decks, and it's when do we get the thing finally? When's it finally coming out?
Get it only on August 6th, which is only a month away.
And this is only on CBS All Access?
Yep.
That sucks. There should be other places. They should put this on, I don't know, somewhere else.
It's CBS. I mean, this is exactly where they need to put it to get people back over to CBS who turned it off after Discovery ended.
Or
and who haven't checked out the new Twilight Zone, which so far, one episode in, is really good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if they're like me, they canceled after Pickard, right? Well, as soon as you're done with Pickard, you're moving on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've got it for Twilight Zone, and I'm almost done with the whole thing, and there's only a couple episodes.
Yeah. But you like most of it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's pretty good.
There's even a very Trek one, which I'm sure Brian will comment on when he runs across it.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Okay. So it would tell us more. Where can we find this so Brian can come across it?
CBS All
Access. Oh. Fair enough. All right. So Lower Decks gets a poster and a premiere date. What's the date? Let's see. I'm looking. I don't see it. What's the date, Daryl? You know the date.
Is it Thursday?
Not this week, is it?
No.
August
like a
6th.
month from now. Yeah.
I can't find the premiere date.
Yeah, it is Thursday.
August 6th.
Oh, there it is. August 6th. Thursday, August 6th. I genuinely am excited about it. I want to see if they can pull this off. Pull off a parody style, comedy style Star Trek adventure aimed at kids, but fun for adults. Like, if they can do that, that's great.
It seems weird to me that a franchise would make its own parody.
Well, I mean, who else is going to do it?
What was the thing, the Seth Green, what was the Star Wars thing that he did that was kind of like,
it
was
ooh, that didn't last long, did it?
It didn't last long, no. It was a little too polished. It was like supposed to be like Robot Chicken, but it was, I think, a little too polished for people.
Star Trek or Star
Not
Wars.
Robot, yeah.
Oh,
not
Star
Robot
Wars
Chicken.
Detours. It was called Detours.
Detours, that's right.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you, Captain Kipper.
Yeah, and that didn't last. That's unfortunate. So that makes me a little nervous that maybe this sort of thing is hard to do, and I don't know, maybe they can't pull it off. But the problem, Daryl, see, you'll never get a true parody of Star Trek because if someone else does it, they don't have the rights to do certain things.
Parody, so they should be able to.
Maybe. Can they, though? You can't call it Star Trek Lower Decks. What would you call it?
Trek Star Decks Underneath.
So just move the words around.
Oh.
Is that how you do,
The chat room is saying that they can't hear Daryl.
He's very quiet.
Is that it, or is it?
That's all it is. It's playing through the thing. His volume's really low, and I've got him maxed out.
I wonder which microphone I'm on.
Tap the one you think you're using.
Yeah, that's what you're on.
That's yeah.
You're
I'm
just
on that?
yeah. You're just
I'm gonna crank it up.
Are you on a Windows box? Because Windows audio changes all the time. It's
okay. So yeah, it was mistold. They can hear him. He's just quiet.
Yeah.
So
he can.
If you're
They
gonna
hear.
tell me you can't hear him. That's one thing.
Yeah, they hear whatever.
Barely hear him, isn't it?
They hear whatever we hear. So if they hear him, if we hear him,
crank
they
it
hear.
up. I don't know if it mattered.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm used to having technical problems when you call in. It's not a problem at all. It's good. All right. So when you're going to get early, you're not going to get like an early review copy of this or something and tell us how cool it is. We have to wait and all watch it together, don't we?
Yeah, I'm in there with everyone else.
All right. That's fine. But that's coming, and exciting days ahead, maybe, for animated Star Trek.
It's weird. You can see there. I sent you some pictures from the show.
Yeah.
And one of them has all the crew with ink spots all over them.
Oh.
Their clothes ripped up. So.
Oh, weird.
What does that mean?
Yeah, I don't know. What is that, do you think? You think it's probably just an episode where a bunch of tribbles got out of control or something dumb, right?
Well, the ink, is it Armis, the thing that killed Tasha Yar?
Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be great. No problem. Yeah. Maybe they can go. One of them will get sucked in and find out that Tasha Yar's alive and well in an underground pit of like oily people.
Right. She just went through the trash bag monster and is doing just fine.
Yeah.
It ate the actual one, but spit out a dead duplicate. How about that?
Wow. Oh no. There's no vaccine, no Lieutenant Yar. All right. Anyway, that's coming up, so check it out. August 6th in CBS All Access is where you're going to have to get it, unless you're a cheater and you get it some other way. Daryl, anything else going on in the world of Star Trekking?
There's going to be cameos in this show, too. And it takes place right after TNG.
Do we know the cameos yet, or who they're going to be?
We don't know yet.
But
a Tasha Yar one.
Hey, she's not doing anything, and she's used to recording her voice and not showing her face.
And not showing her face, right? Yeah. It's perfect. She could maybe she could move little animated versions of herself in front of the camera.
Yeah, why not? Let's see. I'm just going to do a quick look and see if anyone's revealed guest voices. The IMDb listing. Oh no, that's not Lower Decks. Oh, there's a whole. I didn't know this. There's an episode of The Next Generation. Let's see. This aired the 5th of February, 1994. Called Lower Decks.
Yep.
Yeah, season 7, episode 15. I don't think that was a good episode. I think it was bad. 7 was spotty. 7 had problems. Season 7, that is.
Oh, it did, yeah. They were just basically running out of ideas by that point.
Yeah. Well, I'll let you know when I get there as it plays in the background. All right. That's it. Daryl is the Trek. Oh, what else you got?
One more. They show a picture of the Cerritos. Is that how you say it?
I don't know.
Doritos?
The Dorito? There was a picture of a Dorito.
Yeah, the ship that they're on.
Oh. So
it's weird. If you look at the design of it, it's got this saucer, and then it has pylons coming down from the saucer to the engines, and then connecting the engines is the secondary hull, with the glowy thing in the front.
Mm-hmm.
How do you get to that?
Gosh, Daryl, stop being so technical with your terms there.
There's no path. There's no way to get to it without going through the engines, and you can't go in the engine. It's
I need to see a picture of this thing.
Yeah. Well, I would assume that those bars. Here, Brian, I'll put it in.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
Room. Here you go.
The link that I found earlier didn't it? Okay, good.
There's elevators in those things. That's all.
No, you can't have elevators in the engines.
No, not in the engines. In the what do you call these? The
cells?
Yeah,
the things that hold the
stands.
Yeah.
The stands have elevators in them.
The collector's item stand.
Yeah, and then they go down, and they don't go directly into the engine. There's like a whole bunch of other structure in there, and they can go down to the end of that nacelle, do work in there. That middle bit, they can go hang out in there. Yeah,
it is a lot. It is an awful lot of work to get from the saucer section to that center section between the two nacelles, though.
And is the so the center section is what though? What's in there?
Should be engineering and a bunch of other stuff. A bowling alley, probably.
Okay, so if that's engineering, that's fine. They're right there by the engines. They got their shit together. It's a fine ship. It's fine.
Sure.
It's fine.
You almost have to take the transporter to get from one part of the ship to the other part of the ship.
Yeah. And the elevators work like the chat says, Luxor elevators. The Luxor Hotel.
You mean the inclinators?
Oh, the
Scott.
inclinators. I forgot they had a name for that. That's weird. I was amazed how those worked, though. Like I'd ride in those, just go, whoa, this is great. Anyway,
weird, yeah.
All right. Well, that's awesome. More to come. There's some good pictures of this on Deadline.com if you're listening to this and wondering what we're looking at. If you want to go look at it, you can. Daryl Skills is The Trek Nerd. You can find him on Twitter under that name, The Trek Nerd. Daryl, any final thoughts?
Just this.
Go. Oh, jeez. Even at low volume, it was hard to take.
That was the quietest guy thing I've ever heard.
Ever. Quick email from...
I was worried because I was hearing like machine hum, that if anything was suddenly clicked into place.
Yep.
we were going to get a Daryl that was so loud it's going to blow our ears off.
Yeah. But that dude never quite has his settings right. That's just him. And we love him for it. All right. Stephanie wrote in with a quick email that says, on the subject of Pork City, the fake name we gave Park City the other day, says, if you haven't been to Proper Burger in downtown Salt Lake City, shame, then have a burger that everybody goes crazy over called Pork City USA. It's actually a burger on their menu. I'm a staunch vegan, so I'm only telling you this because I guess I sort of like you as a human. Plus, now you're getting a $12 a year from me, so grab a burger. This one's on me. Well, at least 6 of that. I give half that. Half that goes to Brian. So, Brian, you go have a good burger. I'll go have a good burger.
Yeah, where can I get a good burger, Steph?
Yeah, where's Proper Burger in Colorado? Where's that?
I have an improper burger. Actually, I have an illegal burger just a block away. So maybe I'll get a burger on you, Steph, later today.
Sounds good. My daughter has mentioned Proper Burger before, but I've never had it. So I will do my best next time I'm down that way to give it a shot.
I hear the word proper, and all I can think of is MC Hammer on MTV in the 90s. You know, proper.
That's the right thing for you to do. Brian, I'm going to play a Monday mashup now, and you're just going to have to
I was
listen
hoping
to
I didn't see one in End Time, so I was worried that we weren't going to have one day, so I'm glad we do.
I wanted to keep you on the hook for a bit and make you worry. But now I can let you off that hook and play this mashup. Enjoy this, everyone. It is called Merging of the Memes. Enjoy.
L-A-A. Ladasha. The dash isn't silent.
Holy shit. I want to talk about dog boobs for just a bit.
Yeah, we haven't talked about dog boobs.
Yeah, I don't think we've had proper dog boob discussion on the show.
Meg A. Death.
Megadeth. Oh, yeah, Megadeth. Used to rock out to them. Yeah. She's got big, breasties.
Big old udders.
Yeah, and she walks, they're just swaying back and forth like a big old, like a caravan. How would you pronounce Metallica in an alternative way?
Metallica.
Oh, Metallica.
Love Metallica.
Hey, I'm a monkey with 3 arms, and I just like to poke my head into a butthole. Thanks.
Anthrax is good.
Anthrax.
They
came out the bum of the chicken, and then the rooster didn't come over there and hose him down with his unit, right?
Big fan of Defleppard.
Defleppard's good. I know it might be my favorite, actually. Defleppard.
Yeah. Here you go, man. I've got a penis full of cocaine for you to take home and enjoy in the private
Take it back to Britain with you, man. In the shape of a penis. I'm Brian Ibbett, and I put an entire coconut in my butthole.
Having slightly sarcastically tweeted earlier that the high-ups in news were all in a froth over my local news debut, so keen are we for good news that BBC Online have run the story, which was picked up by none other than Steve Wright on BBC Radio 2 today.
That's not in the future mashup. I'll eat my hat.
There's so much going on at the same time, so it's really hard to pick up what they're actually called.
Yeah.
So I just threw that in to be a bitch, basically.
Mission accomplished. Wow. After ejaculation, the drone releases a so-called mating sign, or plates of chitin, from its endophallus into her copulary orifice. In some drones, the tip of the endophallus bursts. Do not want to be a bee.
Explosive tip right there.
That's what the guy was trying to teach me in the parking lot.
Trying to teach you the birds and the bees.
He was trying to teach me how some bees explode their UUs when they use them.
Look at that. We've actually merged I don't like bees and explosive tip. The merging of the memes has taken place.
I can feel it. Oh, man. I was wondering where the title of this mashup came from.
Yeah, I completely forgot we had said that. And that was last week.
Yeah, that was just last week. Totally forgot that conversation. Shit. Well done, Jamie. As always, Jamie is TMS Mashups on Twitter if you want to send him a high five. All right. That's it for the show. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Big thanks to everybody who supports us on our Patreon at patreon.com/TMS. You get a free bonus show a week. If you want one of those, go check it out. And there's also more there. Patreon.com/TMS. What else? Frogpants.com/TMS, or everything else we do and you might need. You want to request a song? There's a link for it. You want to send us a message to read on the show? There's a link for that too. You want to complain? It's all there. Frogpants.com/TMS. All right, Brian, the only thing they can't do is play a song right now, and so you have to do it. So what is it?
I have to do it for them? God, I have to do everything for them.